For many times I was laughed at and not believed in, but it was still a kid with a dream and a belief in himself.
I feel I still have room to improve. I still set goals for myself to strive for. I'm never complacent with what I've achieved.
We have money, we have everything, we have fame. But the most important thing is the family. Keep your family healthy, good, and take care of your family, because this is the most important thing in the world.
Failing to prepare was preparing to fail. The night before a game, I ate the same food. I went to bed at the same time. I got up, I ate the same breakfast. Some people call it superstition, but it's a routine.
I went on the courts with just a ball and a racket and a hope.
Because you might be actually not feeling great physically or mentally, you're drained, but the confidence somehow gets you through. And when you don't have confidence, that's then when you have to sort of trust all the hard work you've done, and you have to keep on working hard so success comes back.
I make mistakes, but I strive every day to be a perfectionist.
Set yourself a definite goal and work hard toward that goal, and don't let anything or anyone stop you in the process, no matter what it is.
I didn't really care about the standings or, the perception of my style or whatever, as long as I could keep learning these new tricks. And so as I was successful in competition and winning a lot of the events, my job was just keep getting better.
All of you, I know you got him. I know you got him picked, but the man's in trouble. I'm gonna show you how great I am.
People perform better when there's no safety net. People perform better in sports and everything else if you don't have a plan B.
We were down 1-0, and if you walked into our locker room at halftime, you thought we were up 3-0.
Nothing external can defeat the internal. The only thing that can take someone down or break you down is internal. Nothing external is strong enough.
You just never give up, because you never know what can happen. You never know who you can inspire and who you can influence.
I'm not going to go out and say I'm the greatest this or that. I was a kid with a dream. That's it.
You have to fail in order to climb that ladder.
You are fighting the greatest fight of all times.
And I fought because I knew it was not doomed to be a losing fight. It couldn't be a losing fight.
As long as you believe in what you're doing and you're doing things you love to do, then you can go out there and be the best at it. And that's, that should give you a lot of enjoyment, fulfillment in your life.
Always keep an open mind that there's something out there for each and every one of you. And it's up to you to go out there and find your niche.
You learn just to stick with it. I mean, there's lots of days where you don't really feel like doing it, or you don't feel like grinding it out, and you got to do it. Those are the highs and lows of being an athlete, and if you want to feel those highs, you got to go through those lows every now and then.
This time when you run and you just want to stop, you just want to give up, like, to hell with this, I just want to go home. This day when you get up and you know what, you have a training today, you know it's going to be intense, and you're like, oh God, I don't want to go today, but you got to go.
When you play sports and you're committed to something, the commitment, the responsibility of showing up to practice on time, to being there for your teammates, to listening to your coaches, it's a responsibility that you have when you're playing with a group, that you have to hold your end of the bargain.
When you have to make a putt, you make a putt. You have to hit the shot, you hit the shot. You just sort of like drop into another zone, and you block out everything.
Sometimes the will can outdo the skill. And sometimes a fella's will is stronger than the man who's actually better physically, and the determination and weakens the other man just to see him so determined.
I still feel I have a lot to prove, not just as a player, but as a person, as a father. When I get to a point where I feel I can improve as a player, I walk away from the game.
I am the greatest. Hard fucking work. You put it in, you believe in it, you will succeed.
Everything was done to try to learn how to become a better basketball player. Everything. And so when you have that point of view, then literally the world becomes your library to help you become better at your craft.
Some of the best athletes, the greatest athletes in the world, do things when they're uncomfortable.
You just have to stay calm because it's not finished to the last point, no matter how close you get. I've been working so hard all my life to be here, and I was determined to get this.
You gotta start from way down the bottom. You gotta let it grow up with you. And if you're successful and you tried hard enough, you're bound to come out on top. Just like these boys have come to the top now.
Mentally, we have a vision, we have a finish that we have to attain, and sometimes you have to do it when you're old and you're tired, and I think it's the test of your will to succeed.
For many times I was laughed at and not believed in, but it was still a kid with a dream and a belief in himself.
I feel I still have room to improve. I still set goals for myself to strive for. I'm never complacent with what I've achieved.
We have money, we have everything, we have fame. But the most important thing is the family. Keep your family healthy, good, and take care of your family, because this is the most important thing in the world.
Failing to prepare was preparing to fail. The night before a game, I ate the same food. I went to bed at the same time. I got up, I ate the same breakfast. Some people call it superstition, but it's a routine.
I went on the courts with just a ball and a racket and a hope.
Because you might be actually not feeling great physically or mentally, you're drained, but the confidence somehow gets you through. And when you don't have confidence, that's then when you have to sort of trust all the hard work you've done, and you have to keep on working hard so success comes back.
I make mistakes, but I strive every day to be a perfectionist.
Set yourself a definite goal and work hard toward that goal, and don't let anything or anyone stop you in the process, no matter what it is.
I didn't really care about the standings or, the perception of my style or whatever, as long as I could keep learning these new tricks. And so as I was successful in competition and winning a lot of the events, my job was just to keep getting better.
All of you, I know you got him. I know you got him picked, but the man's in trouble. I'm going to show you how great I am.
People perform better when there's no safety net. People perform better in sports and everything else if you don't have a plan B.
We were down 1-0, and if you walked into our locker room at halftime, you thought we were up 3-0.
Nothing external can defeat the internal. The only thing that can take someone down or break you down is internal. Nothing external is strong enough.
You just never give up because you never know what can happen. You never know who you can inspire and who you can influence.
I'm not going to go out and say I'm the greatest this or that. I was a kid with a dream. That's it.
You have to fail in order to climb that ladder.
You are fighting the greatest fight of all times.
And I fought because I knew it was not doomed to be a losing fight. It couldn't be a losing fight.
As long as you believe in what you're doing and you're doing things you love to do, then you can go out there and be the best at it. And that's, that should give you a lot of enjoyment, fulfillment in your life.
Always keep an open mind that there's something out there for each and every one of you. And it's up to you to go out there and find your niche.
You learn just to stick with it. I mean, there's lots of days where you don't really feel like doing it, or you don't feel like grinding it out, and you got to do it. Those are the highs and lows of being an athlete, and if you want to feel those highs, you got to go through those lows every now and then.
This time when you run and you just want to stop, you just want to give up, like, to hell with this, I just want to go home. This day when you get up and you know what, you have a training today, it's going to be intense, and you're like, oh God, I don't want to go today, but you gotta go.
When you play sports and you're committed to something, the commitment, the responsibility of showing up to practice on time, to being there for your teammates, to listening to your coaches, it's a responsibility that you have when you're playing with a group, that you have to hold your end of the bargain.
When you have to make a putt, you make a putt. You have to hit the shot, you hit the shot. You just sort of like drop into another zone and you block out everything.
Sometimes the will can outdo the skill. And sometimes a fella's will is stronger than the man who's actually better physically, and the determination and weakens the other man just to see him so determined.
I still feel I have a lot to prove, not just as a player, but as a person, as a father. When I get to a point where I feel I can improve as a player, I walk away from the game.
I am the greatest. Hard f***ing work. You put it in, you believe in it, you will succeed.
Everything was done to try to learn how to become a better basketball player. Everything. And so when you have that point of view, then literally the world becomes your library to help you become better at your craft.
Some of the best athletes, the greatest athletes in the world, do things when they're uncomfortable.
You just have to stay calm because it's not finished to the last point, no matter how close you get. I've been working so hard all my life to be here, and I was determined to get this.
You gotta start from way down the bottom. You gotta let it grow up with you. And if you're successful and you tried hard enough, you're bound to come out on top. Just like these boys have come to the top now.
Mentally, we have a vision, we have a finish that we have to attain, and sometimes you have to do it when you're old and you're tired, and I think it's the test of your will to succeed.
All right, guys, here we go. We're getting started. So we're in for a good one tonight. We have Jason Longo and Dave Sheehan playing one pocket. Jason Longo gets the opening break. It's a race to 3, 500. And please like and share the stream. And bear with me briefly while I share the stream to some groups. Solo tonight so far, so a little bit of multitasking going on. So Jason with the opening break. And he's going to be shooting to the bottom right pocket, and Dave is going to be shooting to the bottom left pocket. So the balls and games are designated at the bottom of the score. Games are red squares, and the balls are the outside squares, the gray ones. They are using digital pool scoreboard, so they will be live scoring for us. So we know the score will be accurate, which is always great, in one pocket especially. It's very important. And Jason laid down a pretty good opening break here. Dave looks like he's going to play off the 8-ball. He might be able to, I don't know what he's doing here. Oh, the 13, okay. So he's just, he's trying to put him on the back of that 8. Did a pretty good job. He wanted to protect the 11 ball. He didn't want to let Jason bank the 11 back on him. And he did a good job at that. So Jason played, so he tried to bank, he tried to shoot the 8 into the 11 and bank the 11 back. And he hit it thin. And sold out the 11. But Dave's got some work to do. So he could pocket the 11. But what's he going to do after that is the question. Because these balls are tied up. And nothing else really goes. So I don't know. He might just thin it. Let's see what he does here. He might just thin it and try to come back this way and then remove some balls. Or he's trying to hit those and break them open and manufacture a shot. But now he's in big trouble here. Because Jason's got balls all over the place and Dave is stuck behind the 7. He's probably going to kick one rail at the 13. I wouldn't blame him for going after the 2 ball and trying to draw into him perhaps, but there's nothing really wrong with this. I mean, the problem is you leave a bank on the 7 now. And he's got nothing by his hole, and if Jason makes it, he's got the 14 next. So this is a big shot here. Dave got out of the trap so far, but let's see if Jason's going to make him pay. And that's a pretty good shot because he's got coverage behind these. And he's protecting the 14 and 7. So Dave's going to go rail first and into him. Try to get under. You got to worry about the scratch in the corner here. And if you hit this side of the 14, the cue ball shoots up table and you're in trouble. So you gotta really hit it full. Yeah, that's a foul, and he sold out the 14. So not a great start that Dave was looking for. But in this game, one pocket, the opening break or any break period is worth a lot. They say it's worth about 2 balls. So it's kind of like tennis when you're serving. You want to hold serve. So if you lose a rack on your opponent's break, it's not that bad. You're like, well, it was his break. But you got to make sure you win on your break. For Dave to win, he's going to have to win on Jason's break. If they just hold serve, then Jason wins hill-hill. That's why the opening break is a pretty decent spot in this game. 500, Kenny. So Dave's just going to roll this in and give it to him. He really doesn't have any option. So Dave's probably going to bank this 3 ball out of there. And just rearrange the balls. Put the cue ball at the bottom rail. Bottom rail is always your friend in this game. Sometimes the top rail as well. Uh-oh. This is a little aggressive. And Gave up a thin slice on the 2-ball. So Dave's going to look to cut the 2-ball in and run the cue ball up table and hold for the 4-ball next. He's a little, it's going to be a little awkward here, a little jacked up with the bridge. You see a lot more of this in one pocket because you're always fighting around the stack and I hit that well, but cue ball's going to be pretty close to the top rail. But not bad. The only problem here is he appears to be pretty dead straight on the 4. Where if he misses it, he's got to worry about giving up the 3 or the 10 or the 9. And he can't really play position for much besides like a stop shot, so then he can bank the 10 or the 9 next. That's what he's looking at now. Or maybe he almost... Nah, he couldn't be looking at the 15, but he's going to be probably looking at the 9. And the 3-ball is blocking the paths of probably the 9 and the 10, so maybe not the 10. I don't know. It's in a bad spot. But you really got to make sure you make this ball. All right, good shot. He was in big trouble if he missed that. So now we're going to see what he's going to do, 9 or the 10. It looks like he probably is going to bank the 10. It might even have a perfect gap, but I don't think so. But it's pretty... Yeah, now he's looking. Yeah, 3-ball appears to be in the way. Now, the only... You gotta even if you hit the 3 and send both of them towards your hole, it's good. But he doesn't want to give up a return bank on the 9 next, is the only potential issue. And that's a good shot. So he protected the 10 with the stack. And I think he protected the 3. Jason could go, well, no, I don't think that lays good. I was gonna say he might be able to go rail first with inside and kick that ball up, but I don't know, it might be too close to the rail. Jason could bank the 9 and just try to wedge the cue ball, but it's dangerous. He's gonna kick the 10. He might be looking to kick at the 10. Yep. And that's not a bad shot. Look at this. Yep, protected it with the stack. Great shot. Now the pressure's on Dave. He might thin the 11 and try to just put him like here. I don't think the 3-ball will bank back, so he doesn't have to worry about that. This is just all speed. You really need to stay on the rail. If it leaks up to here, or even lower probably, you could back cut that 10, so... He's gonna have to make sure his speed. Even if you foul here, it's not. If say you hit it and it doesn't get to the rail, but it gets like there, it's not the end of the world that you foul. Oh, okay, so he had enough he could get behind the 10. That's a good shot. Oh, not sure what Jason was doing there, but it worked to a certain degree. Dave looks like he's probably going to have a bank back on the 3. Yeah, he's going to bank this ball. He hit it good. So now what? Doesn't look like anything here goes. So he's going to remove the 10 ball. It'd be nice to bank it, miss that ball like over here, and then put the cue ball like over there. But good cue ball. Using the stack for protection. Kevin Kiley, thanks for liking the stream. He was on it last night, defeating Oscar De Leon 11-6 after being down 4-0. So congratulations, Kevin. And that was pretty good shot. Let's put him right back in the stack. Well, Dave's just going to thin this, go to the rail, and maybe use right to come back. Yeah, yep. All right, now Jason has a bank at the 10, but there might be a little scratch looming, and if it's not, you have to worry about selling out the 5 ball next for Dave. It doesn't lay great. It doesn't lay terrible, but it doesn't lay good. So I wouldn't be. He might go off the 5. It'd be nice if he could 2-rail the 5, but it doesn't. That also does not lay that good, and there's kind of a potential kiss depending on the angle. If the cue ball goes this way, there's a kiss. So this is kind of a tricky spot here. He might be banking the 5 and running the cue ball up and down. Not sure. Okay, so he's just rolling up and not leaving much. Now, Dave might have a bank at the 9, but you have to worry about the cue ball here a little bit. You don't want the cue ball going into the 6. He'd like to bank the 9 if the cue ball doesn't go into the 6. He doesn't want to disturb these balls. I wonder if he could twist this 5 back, but no good, because then the cue ball leaks this way and you have to worry about selling out that ball, 12 ball. So, good shot. Just pocket it and put him at the bottom rail. So this is anyone's game from here, 3-3. In case you're new to one pocket, it's first player to get 8 balls in their pocket. They each have a pocket, as you see noted at the bottom of the screen, Dave's pocket and Jason's pocket. Is Jason kicking at this ball? No. He might be. I don't think so, but... Alright, so now Dave is going to bank the 9. I would expect him to bank the 9, because the cue ball can safely go this way, and you don't really have to worry about selling anything out. Not sure what he's looking at. What's he looking at? Oh, he's going to bank the 8? I wonder why he doesn't like the 9 ball. What's wrong with the 9? The 8 is a lot tougher. Watch out, 10 ball. So now Jason, the 8 ball jumped a little bit. Hey, Carlton, how you doing, buddy? We got Tony the Tiger saying, let's go, Sheehan. So Jason's just going to remove this ball. So Dave, what's he looking at? There's maybe a 3-railer on the 8, but it's pretty dangerous. Can he see the 10? Yeah, he might be able to put some right-hand English on the 10. You got to worry about a scratch in the corner. Yeah, I think the scratch was on, so he guarded against it and just put a ball in his general area here. Benny, thanks for liking the stream. Guys, if you don't mind, please like and share the stream. I was sharing it when I started, and I shared too quickly and got restricted for an hour, so I can't even share the stream. But if you guys could share the stream, it would be greatly appreciated. And Jason hit that poorly, and... Alex Sposh, thanks for liking the stream. I will see you at the expo, sir. Looking forward to that. It's going to be a fun time. I actually have something to talk to you about. I'm going to text you later tonight. So Dave appears to be shooting the 11-10 combo. Uh-oh. And he made it, but he hooked himself behind the 12. So I think he needs to just go this way off the 15 and protect the 11 with the stack. He's going to foul? Oh, he's seeing if he could just shoot the 1 to the rail and lock the cue ball up here. I didn't think that was available, but that'd be great if it is available. Yeah, no good. He should have thinned the 15 and went this way. And had here been no good, you just hit it harder and come out to here and use the stack as protection to protect the 11. So a little mistake there, but no problem. It was Jason's break, and Dave has taken the lead 4-3, and he's got a ball in play. Now, Jason can see the ball, but it doesn't appear that he could bank it to his hole because there's a double kiss. So he's just going to have to either kick at it or just get it out of there. Bank it up table. Yeah, see, he went for the bank, but there's a kiss. Let me tell you, if there's a cue ball here, object ball here, and you cannot shoot the cue ball straight into the pocket through the object ball, that's a tall tale sign of a double kiss. Doesn't mean that you can't beat it with English, but it means that you better be mindful of that. You better do something to get out of the double kiss, because there's usually one there. And that one got him. And he gave up the 6, and Dave made that. Now he's got 5. Now these balls lay a little funny here. He can play the 1-11 combo. He's got to back cut the 1 very thin, though. He might be better off banking the 15. Because if you do, you get the 12 for a reward, and then you can play better position for the combination afterwards. So I think this is really one where I'd have to be at the table to see how thin do you have to cut this 1, because it appears that you have to back cut it to properly cut the 11 to the hole. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, if he scratched, that would have really been terrible for him. But he's taking a 5-3 ball count lead, and he's got the 11 in the danger zone. And Jason, I mean, I can't imagine he's going to bank the 1 here, because I don't know. You lose the game. You probably lose the game if you miss it. And if you make it, I don't know if you win the game, because the cue ball might dart so far up table that you no longer can shoot those balls next. I don't know. It looks like he's going in on it. I don't know about this one. Oh, okay. I see what he did. That was good. That was better than the bank. And a little unfortunate, because it looks like Dave has a shot at the 11. That was a little cold roll there for Jason. Who can, he can, she can. I like it. Sheehan can. Sneaky Pete 8-ball. That's got to be Pete. Oh, YouTube. I see. That's your YouTube thing. Got it. All right, so Dave up 5-3 with a good look here. He's got to worry about the scratch in the corner off the 11. He might be able to use some high or some high right or draw out of it. He's drawing out of it. Makes it harder to pocket the ball. He hit it good. He hit that well. He just cinched it. Hit it well. Takes a 6-3 lead. The opening rack. So it's a race to 3 for 500. Jason's spot was the opening break. Now, if you're new to one pocket, the break is theoretically worth 2 balls, and it's like tennis. It's such a big advantage that you just want to hold your serve, and when you break your opponent's serve, it's a bonus. Now, the spot does not seem like a big deal, but in a race to 3, which is obviously a very short race, if both players hold serve, meaning they win on their break every rack, then Jason would win hill-hill. So Dave is forced to not only hold serve, but to break serve. He's got to win a rack on Jason's break. And then say he does win this rack on Jason's break, then he's got to hold serve just to win. If Jason wins a rack on Dave's break, they're back to where they started. So these are some of the things in one pocket that players are extremely focused on, that a lot of people that aren't familiar with one pocket don't even know that that's a thing, and that's a big focus here. Both players know, oh man, Dave might break Jason's break first rack and swing the tide into his favor. You know, it's a big thing. And he made a beautiful bank there, and he's got a great look at the 8, and this would be his out ball. And it, yeah. Caught a hanger, Sarge. 2, 4, 5. So, Dave, hi, Miss Blaze. How you doing? Always nice to see you in the chat. Gonna have to stop by the house and see you one of these days. So, Jason removing... All right, just had a quick visitor to the booth. Sorry about that. So, Dave needs 1 ball. Leads 7-3 ball count, opening rack. This was Jason's break. What's he going to do here? So, if I'm him, I'm playing off the 1 somehow, some way. You could just pocket the 1 and put the cue ball up here. That's what he tried to do. He missed the 1, but no problem because Jason can't make it. The only downside now is, had the 1 gone on the spot, Jason's got to be careful of what he does with the 8. Now, without a ball on the spot, Jason has a lot. He can bank. He can take an aggressive bank on the 8, which I expect him to do with inside English. But had a ball been on the spot, he might not shoot that shot, because if he sells out, it's Dave's out ball. So he's got options. He kick below it. That's what he did. Oh, wow, he kicked below it and missed the ball. And we're going to spot 1 up. Jason's going to back up from 3 to 2 balls, and Dave's going to have a great look here to steal the first rack on Jason's break. And just like that, he does. 1-0 Dave, race to 3. Yep, that's it, Dave. All right, so Dave to break. Yeah, and leading 1-0, race to 3. Lays down a pretty good break. What you really want is a ball on both rails. And he pretty much has that with the 4 ball at the bottom rail and the 3 ball at the left rail. And he has cut protection on both balls. So Jason's going to be in a tough spot here. He might have a path to the 1 ball to where he can fire the 1 ball firm, 2 rails and out, try to clear the 1 and the 3, and follow the cue ball through the 1 to here, like anywhere in this area, because the 3 ball is going to be removed. You just want to protect against the 4 ball at this point. But that's only if it lays right. And it probably doesn't, but it looks like it might. I think a player stepped away to the bathroom real quick. I'll be back with you shortly. Matter of fact, I gotta use the bathroom too, so I'm gonna step out and just use the bathroom. I'll be right back. So yeah, it was just a quick bathroom break. Just waiting for one more player here. We'll be good to go, guys. Thanks for tuning in. This is Lance Lisciotti with the Make a Score Tour. I got Dave Sheehan playing Jason Longo, a race of 3 1 pocket for 500. Dave gave Jason the opening break. And Dave won the first rack and takes a 1-0 lead. And he just broke. And it's Jason's shot. Here he is. And here we go. We're down at Rack's Billiards, Vernon, Connecticut. Stop in if you're in the area. A lot of players down here. Find a practice game, maybe a gambling match. Great food, drinks. Got 7-foot valleys, 7-foot diamonds, 9-foot gold crown 3, 9-foot diamond, just about anything you could ask for. It's just a matter of is it available. So Jason, I think he was trying to shoot the shot we talked about earlier before the break with the 1 ball, but I clipped the 10 going in, and he sold out. And Dave's gonna have a good look here. He's got the 3, and it looks like he's got an angle to come across for the 4 ball next. He needs an extension. So 3 ball, 4 ball. The 6 ball does go, and maybe the 14, but all right, get off the rail. All right, so he's off the rail. He's a little flat. He would have liked to have been like up here, so he could pocket the 4 and use high right, and the cue ball could have went through the 4 and out for the 6 ball next. He might have to go backwards now with low left. I don't know. He could use low left, pocket the 4, try to spin it back, and maybe up, but it's asking for a lot. 9 ball might even go at the right angle. I don't know if he was playing for like the absolute perfect spot for that ball, and he might even have gotten it. If he did, that was an amazing shot. He had to spin it in. Tried to spin it in, didn't get it, but no problem. He took his 2, takes a 2-0 ball count lead, and didn't sell anything out. Jason's most likely just going to bank this ball up and stop the cue ball, bottom rail. Oh, we got a double kiss. He kind of poked at that ball. Got a double kiss. Banking the 10, yeah. Missed it high. On the high side, but it's got protection. Didn't really sell anything easy out. I wonder if Jason's got a window to this ball. He'd love to be able to bank that ball back, believe me. Yeah, he might. Battery's going off the 7 and trying to bring the cue ball down too. Yeah, he did have enough of the ball to at least cross it over. And that's a huge swing now. Now he's got protection. He's got a ball hanging in the hole. Robert, thanks for liking the stream. I appreciate you. I thought your last name was Mafia for a sec. So what does Dave do here? This is a tough spot. He might have to just kick. You just kick one rail soft, pocket the ball, and he doesn't give anything up. Jason won't be able to bank the 10. There's no bank on the 8. Yeah, the move here, Mike Hale, thank you for liking the stream. I appreciate you. The move here is a nice one rail soft kick, pocket the ball. You always kick it this soft so the cue ball cannot follow the object ball in and scratch. So a nice soft kick, pocket the ball. He's a strong favorite to make it. And oh, I got him. Sorry, Dave. But I got him. He was I take it back because he was jacked up a little bit, which does make that shot a lot harder. He probably just got a little bit of right-hand English, unintended right-hand English on it, and that caused the cue ball to go high. But so now Jason off to the races. So he's got a great starting ball. The 8 ball goes, the 15 goes, the 10 goes, and that's it. So we'll probably come up for the 15 next. He tried to go short for the 8 ball next, which no good. He hit it. So now he's going to remove this ball. He's going to 2-rail it out. Yep. And cue ball bottom rail. So so he wanted that ball to land somewhere in here so that later on, if Dave leaves the cue ball here, Jason would have a bank at that ball that he put up there. Little things like that go a long way in this game. It's not just removing balls from your opponent's pocket. It's putting them in a spot up table or just about anywhere that could favor you later in the rack. Maybe not immediately, but later on. So, Dave, what are you going to do here, sir? I mean, he's got to look at the 6, but cue ball is a concern. You can't really get safe. But I'll tell you, Jason has nothing to shoot at really besides that. But no, it's not the right shot. 3-rail the 15 or the 5. 3-rail. Well, then it's going into the stack. But I wouldn't mind 3-rail on the 5. It's a little aggressive because you could take care of the cue ball. Now that's okay. Well, no, it's not. Now Jason's gonna have a free bank of the 6, and I don't know if it's got the path, but even if it goes into these balls and scatters them over, would be great for Jason. I mean, this could turn the rack around in one shot. He could even kick at it into the stack and leave and make sure the cue ball stays. Okay, so I like that shot, but firmer. If you know that it goes into the balls, hit it firmer so you drive the balls towards your hole. I'm not saying like slam it, but just a little harder than he hit it, just to get more separation. But still, it was the right shot. It was a good shot. Dave, what do you do here, Dave? It looks like the 2-ball blocks the 9 and the 1. What is he doing here? What is he doing here? Oh, I say you could see the 15. Okay. I'm not in love with it. I'll tell you, I'm not in love with it. I think he was trying to have the cue ball land more in maybe like this area. Because, I mean, this is not just a free shot at the 2. Because the cue ball hits the 15, pushes it this way. Cue ball comes this way and you sell out. So he can't even shoot the 2. I mean, he could, but he doesn't want to, which I don't blame him. Oh, this is a clever shot. Clever shot, Jason. Let's take another look at that one. So he played the 3-railer. I think he caught the 4th rail going down. 3, 4, yeah. And great speed. And protection behind the stack. Easy to execute. Not much can really go wrong there at all. That was a very clever shot, executed well. My one-pocket game's a little rusty. I can't remember the last time I played. It's been months and months and months. So Dave, gonna kick at the 5. He just went off the 4. Oh boy, coming out hot. So that is a very uncharacteristic mistake there for Dave, because he really just had to keep the cue ball like here to the rail to prevent the cut on the 5. And he let it get away. And I don't know what Jason's looking at, because the only thing he should be looking at right now is cutting that 5 in, and with some right-hand English and coming into these balls, and then you have the 2-ball next, and then these start opening up a little bit. I don't know. I don't know what he's looking at. So sometimes in one pocket you get, we call it tunnel vision, where a guy will leave you straight in your hole, and you're so used to like banking balls and stuff that you don't even see it. It's possible he doesn't even see it. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, it's possible it's thinner in person than it looks on camera as well, but I think he just didn't see that one. So Dave wisely banking it back to his side, and protection behind the stack. So now what do you do here? You're Jason Longo. So I'll tell you, Jason's done a good job so far of, he got out of a tough break. It's only a 2-1 ball count in Dave's favor, and he's pretty much out of the break at this point. The balls are pretty neutral. They do still favor Dave a hair, but not by much. He did the hard work. He's gotten the hard work done for sure. He's just got to maintain from here and then try to get the upper hand one way or another. And I don't know. I don't know if Dave's going to be able to cut this one in. I think he can. cut the 5 in. But the problem is the cue ball. It's so thin that the cue ball might come off the rail and into these balls, and you never want to go into the stack and push them towards your opponent's pocket, especially at the speed he's going to have to hit this to cut it in. If he could put some right-hand English on it, cut it in, and miss these balls, then I like it. Then you're shooting this all day. But it does look awful thin. He could, I don't know if the 6 banks. It's awful close. He could just softly play the 5 there and just control the cue ball and bring it way up table. Ooh. So he went all in on it, and he hit it pretty well, but it hung. Now, fortunate for him, it doesn't appear that he gave up anything unless this 8-9 is wired, but I don't think it is. Alright, so I don't know. This is tough. I don't know if he can even just roll into the 5 and give it to him. And if he can, then he's got to worry about Dave banking the 6, which I don't think it banks, but sometimes you can twist him in with some English. Jason could play the 1-5 combo hard and bring the cue ball like up table with a bunch of low right. So he made both of them, but he didn't sell anything out. He would have liked to have made 1 and that other ball like cross over and got out of there, but the object ball was deep in the pocket, so now Dave's gonna have a 4-1 ball count lead. And it was probably, you know what I like here is banking this into the cluster with low left and let your cue ball come up. And you're just spreading out the cluster, and they're all shooting towards your hole. And you leave your cue ball anywhere up here because at that point the 2 ball is the only ball left. And it's hard for Jason to shoot at it because as long as this happens correctly, you're going to have a million balls over here. So the ball count, they haven't updated the ball count, but it is 4-1 in Dave's favor. So great shot, Dave. He would have liked the cue ball tighter on the rail or in this type of box area, because Jason, being down 4-1, he could swing at the 2 if he wanted to, but he's going to keep his patience and play the game. He's going to probably 2-rail this into the 6. Well, so he did, but soft. I like that exact shot, but firmer. Because the 7 might go off the back of the 6 and in. Or it could just go into the 6 and make the 6. But it's okay. Alright, so Dave got away with a little one there. He was trying to bank the 10, but he clipped the 2 ball, but he got away with it. So this is tough. There's a kiss. If you try to bank this back with the cue ball, there's a kiss. Once again, like I said, if you can't shoot the cue ball straight into the corner, there's a kiss. It doesn't. You can beat the kiss with English. It has to be manipulated. See what I'm saying? He used just high English, and he got the kiss. He would have had to have used left or right there, and maybe even banked the ball extra high or extra low to make sure he beats the kiss. That's a tip that Billy the Kid taught me, showed me like literally 20 plus years ago. If you have your cue ball and you have your object ball and you cannot shoot your cue ball straight into the corner, that means if you try to bank it, there's a kiss looming. Like I said, it doesn't mean you can't beat it, but it means you better be very mindful of it. And it's such a simple thing to see, to notice and check, you know? Doesn't require a bunch of measurements or anything. You just look, can I shoot the cue ball in the hole? Nope. Okay, there's a kiss. I better watch out. That tip saved me a million times. So Dave pockets that ball. That brings him to 5. This looks like 6 right here. And then maybe 7 right here. And then maybe 8 right here. Maybe I don't know if that's a 13 or the 15. Looks like a 13. 13, 7, 6. I missed it. Oh, he made it. Okay. What did he... I don't think the 9 passes. So he's going to play the 2-6 combo. Which is fine because it's free. And the 6 might hit the 7 and go in if you hit it bad. If you hit the 2 on the high side and it pushes the 6 into the 7, even the 6 might go off the 7. And if you use low right, you know, your cube... Well, he didn't use any... He should use some low right there, I think. But he's fine. He made it. And now you could do the same thing. You could play the 2 off the 7. If it's super, super thin, you could just use it as a helper. All right, so updated ball count is going to be 7-1 in Dave's favor. And this was Dave's break, so it's not crazy to see him winning this rack. When you see lopsided scores, like a potential 7-1, 8-1 or whatever, it's usually the guy who won the rack broke. Not always, but usually. So they forgot to update the ball count, but it is 7-1 Dave. It's a race to whoever gets 8 balls in their pocket first. Guys, if you can, please like, share, donate. If you can't donate, a like and a share is greatly appreciated. It really helps grow the tour, and it's free. So please help support Free Pool. All right, so Jason kicked at the ball, and he hit it thin. He needed to hit it full from behind, and he hit it thin. And Dave, I believe, needs 1 ball. And there it is. So now it's Jason's, one pocket's alternate break. So now we're going back to Jason's break. Now remember, Jason finds himself in a 2-0 deficit here in a race to 3. He needs 3 in a row. But he will be breaking 2 out of the next 3 racks. He'll break now if he holds serve 2-1. And then it's time, if Dave's going to win, that's his time, is to win on his break. Now if Jason breaks serve and wins on Dave's break, it would be hill with Jason's break. So that's why he was spotted. They felt like a little spot was in order. So that's why Dave gave Jason the opening break. Because it's quite important in a race to 3 with alternate break. All right, so Jason to break. Interesting. Normally you don't see a right-handed player break to the pocket he's breaking towards. Normally a right-handed player will break towards the our bottom left pocket. But we all have our preferences. And not a great break. He hit the two. He missed the one, the front ball, the head ball. Hit the second ball too fat. And Dave might opt for an opening bank at the 9, but it comes with a little bit of risk. So now he's looking at banking it into the stack and trying to send balls all over the place towards his hole, which is great as long as you don't leave a bank back. And if he left the 11, he's in trouble, but I don't think he did. I don't think Jason can bank the 11. He'd love to be able to, but I don't think he can. And maybe the 5 goes below the 11, but I don't know. It's not a good shot to shoot because you get no reward afterwards, and it's hard. If you could just stop the ball there, maybe you shoot it. Yeah, maybe that's what he's doing, I think. If it's a stop shot, it's okay. Oh boy. If it keeps going. Yeah, that one got away from him. Dave's gonna shoot the 5 in. Cue ball goes into the 9, and then he'll have the 11 next. So guys, whenever this race to 3 concludes, this might be a multi-set type of action match, and they might even change to rotation, last pocket 8 ball. Who knows? They both, I know, like moving games, and I wouldn't be shocked to see last pocket 8 ball, to be perfectly honest with you. But we'll get there when we get there. But just so you know, when this match is over, there might be some more. So Dave is going to go in on the 5. If he wanted to, he could gently play it off the 11, but... Alright, so, okay, he made the ball. He still has a back cut on the 11. Cue ball's going to be coming out hot this way. And... I mean, he'd like to try to force it either that way or that way, but no, he just cinched it. You know what? The 7-8, that 8 might be looking good off the 6, depending on how it lays. Oh, he sees something else. He's gonna bank both of them, yeah. And he hit that pretty well, but he doesn't want to give up a bank. Alright, so Jason just moving around, rearranging the furniture a little bit. He got a little unlucky that those appeared to have tied up. Maybe the 14 goes, but the 12 ball definitely doesn't. Anytime you're placing balls over on your side, you want to be conscious. I mean, he just got unlucky there, but you want to be conscious to leave them where they go to your hole. You don't want them tied up. Sometimes you get so many balls in front of your hole that they start tying up. Like, it gets bad. Basically, like, the more you put there, it starts getting bad. Alright, so Jason played the 2-railer. Might get some love off the 15. No. Dave? What are you going to do here, Dave? He could play off the 7 and just try to put him back in the stack. I don't love it, but there's not really much else to do. Yeah, so now he's looking at kicking. He might be kicking into it. I don't know if I like kicking here. And I do like to kick into the stack quite a bit, but I don't know. This cue ball might get away. If you hit the high side, it's coming up and selling out. So we hit the low side. there's a lot of risk to that shot, the way the ball's laid. If he had hit the high side, the cue ball comes up and leaks these balls out. And if we hit the low side, the cue ball tracks towards the corner. Not much room for, not much margin for error on that kick. But he got away with it. And Jason playing like half of a two-railer just to get it out of there and try to put it more on his side. Pat, Pat, thanks for liking the stream. Appreciate you. Kevin Bourne, thanks for liking the stream. Appreciate you. Figured you'd be here today. Okay, so clearing balls from Jason's side. And Jason's probably going to do something off the 15 ball here. He could shoot it into the one, try to bring both up table. Doesn't lay perfect, but doesn't lay terrible. Alright, so that's a good shot. Bank into the stack and move him. Yeah, I like that even more. So he's turning, he's got the best of it ball position-wise so far. Dave's looking at it. He might be able to bank the 10. I think the 10 was around where I marked. Bank the 10 and try to slide the cue ball over. Yeah. Basically just go into the 13 with the cue ball. Oh, he hit the high side of it, though. He had to get the low side, and he hit the high side. So, big mistake there. And Jason, he's got the 3 to start with. And then it's not so easy because that 13 is in a terrible spot for Jason's cue ball position play next. So you pocket the 3. And then what? He'd like to be able to draw above the 13. I just don't know if he can. He's going to try to. Maybe some low right. I would think. But we're going to see. Okay, so yep, good. He missed the 13. And now, I don't know if these go. These look locked, but he's got the 9. And it looks like the cue ball might, well, he might even be better off shooting the 10 if he can. I'd probably shoot the 10 here. But the problem is, you got to be able to miss that 4 ball coming up. Actually, you know what? Even if you went into the 4, you're okay. Because the 4 goes up, and your cue ball ends up here for like the 6 or the 9. So, if I'm him, I'm shooting the 10 here. And I'm probably aiming to go into the 4 with the cue ball. And he hit it good, but not good enough. That was a good shot. Just hit it a little fat. But he's got pressure on Dave. So Dave's going to bank the 6 with follow. And he wants to follow the cue ball somewhere in this area to protect against the 10 ball. And he did that well. Made the ball, had protection. So now you go to defense. Now you get rid of this 10 ball. He'll probably load up with inside English, left-hand English, bank the 10 this way, have the cue ball come off with a bunch of high right, kind of kill it. He did, but he didn't get the kill part down great, but he got the 10 out of there. He would have liked to keep the cue ball lower, but no big deal. Now Jason's going to bank the 1 and leave the cue ball bottom rail. Yep. Good shot. Dave will probably play off the 13 and bring the cue ball bottom rail. I don't really see what Jason... You're not really leaving Jason anything afterwards. Now he's looking like he might try to... Now I think what Dave's looking at is banking the 1 and trying to have the cue ball squirt up table. That's what I think he's looking at here. I don't like it. I don't like it. I think you're supposed to play off the 13 ball here. And I like to play one pocket more on the aggressive side, but when I'm up 3-1 with a 2-0 ball count here, I'm playing off the 13. Yeah. I think that was a wise decision. And he did his job, leaving the cue ball very close to the rail. I don't really see much here, to be honest with you here. There's always shots. It's about finding the right shot. In 9-ball, it's pretty easy to find the right shot. It's just hard to execute it. In one pocket, it's very hard to find the right shot. Usually the execution is not terribly hard. It's finding that right shot. And rearrange the balls a little bit. He would have liked the cue ball to have been back on the rail more, but I don't see anything that's jumping out at me. So Dave's going to play off the 15. And so he's trying to, he wanted those to stay a little closer. So we call that doubling them up or tying them up. But if you're gonna mess around with balls on your opponent's side, you wanna like cluster them up if you can. But I don't like that shot. If the 8-ball banks, Jason might take a swing at the 8 because he might be able to use low right and send the cue ball like that way. He tried to play the bank combo and he got some sort of kiss somewhere, but he came out all right. Could have been worse. So Dave's going to kick bottom rail at the 9. Send it out of there. Good shot. So this is slowly becoming an up table game. Yeah. Yeah, this has the makings for what's probably going to turn out to be an up table game. Which favors Dave, because he's up 3-1. Basically what an up table game is it makes it harder to run balls. So what you're supposed to do is when you get a lead, maybe 3-1, 4-1, 4-0, 5-2, like a nice 3-4 ball lead. You want to push balls up table and make it very difficult, if not impossible, for your opponent to run a lot of balls. It makes your lead even safer and stronger. And sometimes just the way the balls lay, nobody has a shot, so they keep playing off the lowest ball, like the lowest ball on this side of the table. And they push it up table and then send the cue ball down table. Let me pop the door open and see what's going on. Give me one sec. All right, I don't know what was going on, but here we're back. All right, so Dave, what are you gonna do here? He's not banking the 9. All right, so he's trying to. Boy, I don't like that shot. I do not. I don't know if I like that one. I don't know if Jason can see. I think he can see enough of the 8. If not, he could bank the 1. So it appears that he does have enough of the 8. And good speed because he's not going to return he's not going to leave a return bank. So lucky for him, well, not lucky. He was mindful of it. His speed was good there. Left the 8 at the bottom rail. And Dave tried to go rail first underneath the 8 and kick it out of there, but he didn't, and he made it for Jason. So 3-2 ball count in Dave's favor. Bob Lacoste, thank you for sharing the stream. I really appreciate it. If anybody's looking for a JB case, John Barton, JB case, I'm an authorized dealer. I have some in stock, ready to go. Message me. I have 2x5, 3x4s in the price range of $205 to $250, depending on straps and towel rings and colors and pockets and handles. And then I also have some 3x6s, which are $305. Those are all fully loaded with a towel ring, 2 straps, both handles, 3 pockets, as good as it gets. Lifetime warranty. I'll take care of you. No tax, no shipping, no weight. So Dave's got a straight back on the 7 here. And didn't hit it too well. George Brush in the chat. What's up, brother? You got the winner? Yeah, you'd have to give up quite a bit, sir. You have to give up quite a bit. So Jason's probably just going to bank this one out of there and leave the cue ball at the bottom rail. So I think that was a mistake there. He's supposed to bank that ball this way and have the cue ball come down here, you know? He was banking it this way. That or maybe it rolled off on him. I don't know. But I don't know why he would have banked it back up towards Dave's side, because had it not kissed, he would have left a bank for Dave. This is even better than what he would have left, in my opinion. Dave's looking at if he can bank this. He definitely cannot. He might be looking to see if he can go rail first behind it and kick it down table, but I don't think he can. So George Sarah asking, who are these guys? So Dave Sheehan is a local here at Rax. Jason Longo is a player at Yale. They are both very close Fargo-wise. I don't have that information off right now, but it's close. Dave's like a 530 and Jason Longo's like a 515 or something. Dave Sheehan gave Jason the opening break, race to the 3 for 500. Both of them are known as action guys. They will play anybody, and you know, with the right game. I've gambled with Dave a ton. He's great to gamble with. And when Jason Longo messaged me about trying to find him a game, he said he'd even play me. You know, what's the game? So both of them are willing to play just about any. Dave loves gambling with Lucas. They gamble all the time, and Dave does well. You would really like both these guys, George. I appreciate the kind words. I don't know about my Mosconi Cup material, but if they ever want to hire me, gladly available. Never know in this crazy world. Never know what could happen. I really like Scott Frost. I like his commentary a lot. And he's like new to the commentary scene, but man, he does a great job in my opinion. I like him and Jeremy Jones. I like Upstate Al. So Dave with a bank here. He beat the kiss with inside English. And he didn't make it, but he hit it good enough. Looks like it's going to be a keeper. Jason's just going to roll up and give him the 14. And Dave's going to take a 4-2 ball count. And he is on the hill. So he will be 4 balls away from trying to end this first set 3-0. And he might bank out the 1 next. He might take a swing at the 1. You have to be mindful about the 2 ball. Selling out the 2 ball. But if you put a little bit of right on this, I mean, he could really try to put some right on it and try to wedge him up in here and lag the 1 ball back towards this hole. That could be a super powerful shot. But these balls are almost dead straight to the hole. That ball looks like it goes. I don't know if I'd mess around with that. But I might just bank the 1 and let the cue ball do like one of these. Just try to get beyond the 2. Actually, I don't even think that's possible with this. There's no way that's even possible. So oh, look at this. So he played the shot we first talked about. Now, he executed it pretty well. The key to this shot was the cue ball being close to the 10. Because had that cue ball been like here, then Jason's shooting the 2, 10, 15 combo and freezing him up on those balls, and then Dave would have found him. And he still might try it because it could be a powerful shot. It's just a lot harder being so close to the 10. You got to watch out for a foul. He might even soft do it. Yeah, so he did it soft just to make sure nothing crazy happened. No double hit. Made sure he got a rail. Made sure he got protection on the 4. I think, well, I'll tell you, I don't know. You have to be at the table to see that one, because if he could have hit that a little firmer and drove that 15 down table, it would have been really powerful. But it came with some risk. So what do you do if you're Dave? If I'm Dave, I might even just, you might be able to thin the 4 and just freeze him on the 10. Yeah, I think that's what he's looking at. Just thin the 4 and just try to freeze him on the 10. Even if you foul, no big deal. Yeah, you overhit it, but no big deal. Actually, you know what? He might have protection on the 1 with the 7 being in that spot. Yeah, I think he is, or Jason would have done something. He could cross the 7 and just put cue ball down table a little bit, and you're not really playing to make the 7 because you got to protect for the 1 ball. All right, so he got out of that. I wouldn't be surprised to see Dave twist the 9. The only thing he's got to be mindful of is selling out the 2 ball, really. And if you have your cue draw into the 13 and stop anywhere in here with the cue ball, no problem. That would work just fine for Dave. He's doing something off the 2 ball. Yeah. So Longo's got to bank the 1 here. I don't know why you wouldn't. Bank the 1. A little jacked up, a little awkward here. Oh, he didn't like the bank. Alright, so he 3-railed it into the hole. Dave might go after the bank here, I'll tell you. It's a little steep, but he's got a pretty comfortable ball count. All the balls are up table. You don't really have to worry about your opponent stepping up and running 3 or 4 on you. It's not 100% free, but I don't see any weird scratches. And if you miss the 1 ball, it should be very, very close to the hole, putting max pressure on your opponent. So I think this is the correct shot. And yep, nothing wrong with that. Didn't give up a shot. Has the 1 ball. Might even have protection behind the 7. But if he does, Jason can just kick bottom rail at the 1. Kick that 1 out of there. Now, when you shoot that kick shot here, you want to hit it firm enough to where the 1 ball doesn't stay here, because you don't want to leave a return bank. You want that 1 to go this way, you know? So if your cue ball is down here, you don't leave a bank. Is he gonna? What's he doing here? I don't know about all this. Oh, and he can't see the 1, so he's just gonna roll up and try to freeze him. But I don't like this. This is not. That's really, really dangerous. And you're not gaining anything. Like Dave, that 15 is blocked on the point. If Dave wanted to, he could just touch the 15, and the 15 gets a rail right here, and now it's Jason's shot from here. I mean, he's not really gaining much. In my opinion, but I don't know. Dave might even have a 2-1 combo where it's just a free combo at the hole, and there's 0 sellout, and if you make it, you probably get both, and you're up 6-2. He could also play off the 7, perhaps, and he could play off the 7 on the right side and just send the cue ball up here. Because imagine it's a Longo shot with the cue ball here. What's he gonna do? He ain't gonna do nothing. He can't shoot the 2. He can't shoot the 15. He can't shoot the 4. Dave might even have a bank on the 10 that he doesn't see, but I don't know. If he's got a bank on the 10, I might bank that 10 ball. I like those types of banks with right-hand English. Bank the 10 up like that. But I don't know. So it looks like the 2-1 combo is what he hit a good. Oh, not good enough. That was a very difficult shot. Jacked up, a lot of distance. But all right, so Jason got out of the trap for now. This is a little tricky. He could just 2-rail the 1 out, basically a stop shot, hit it firm. Oh, option. Dave has option, and he chose to put it back to where it was. They're basically playing, it's a foul. It's opponent's option pre-shot, and if you move something in the act, ooh, that was unfortunate for Jason. I'm sorry, for fouls, if you move something pre-shot, it's opponent's option, and I think if you move anything in the act of shooting, they said it was a foul, or maybe they said if you move 1 ball in the act, it's opponent's option, but if you move 2 or more, it's a foul, which is pretty common. Common rules in one pocket. So he's going to shoot the 4. My lines are terrible today. And shoot the 4. And then he's probably going to try to hold for the 1, which is tricky with where the 7 is. And then you got the 8. And that would bring him from 4 to 7. Then he's got to find his out ball. Maybe bank the... then he'd probably get rid of the 2 ball. Not sure what happened there. I don't think he's got a shot now. I think he's going to have to take out the 2 ball now. Or... I don't know. That was very strange. I'm curious what... And this looks strange too. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like how he played that whole thing with ball in hand. So now if I'm Jason, I'm banking that 1 ball right at that big 2 ball. And I'm using high right. So once the cue ball goes to the bottom rail, it squirts out this way. So if you miss everything, you don't sell out anything, the 8 ball. He also has a potential 2-railer on the 7, but the 8 ball could get in the way. He might be back banking the 9 with a bunch of left. Oh, we played the 2-railer on the 7, yep. Not bad. All right, so Jason is now putting pressure on Dave. He's got a ball on both rails. 2-ball real close to the hole. Dave, if I'm Dave, I cut at the 8. I cut the 8 because you could take care of the 2 with the cue ball. I feel like I'll make the 8, and if I don't, I'm going to get rid of that 2-ball with the cue ball. Even if you go rail first and make it, no big deal. I don't like that speed, though. I don't like the speed he hit that. But actually, you know what? His shots, I must have missed something there because he knew he was going into that as a stopper. So, and the 2-ball is real close to the rail, so I don't blame him there. That was really good because now he's got a keeper, and he didn't sell out the 2. It appears, at least. I don't know. Maybe Jason could. All right, so Jason doesn't want to give it up, and that was a fantastic shot. I'm Dave. I don't even know if he can see the 2. If he can't see the 2 when he's hooked, wow. Wow, this is what a powerful shot that was. He might have to go off the 8 with low right just to try to make the 2. Oh, he played. Okay, he could see the whole 7-ball. Wow. So, pretty good return there, I'll tell you. Jason might shoot the same shot he shot before, but man, it's risky. It's just tough. If you slow roll it and the ball rolls off just a hair on you, it's big trouble either way. He's going rail first behind it. And he hit that shot well. He likes that shot. All right, so Dave, he doesn't want to give him the 2, but I mean, what are you gonna do? He could play off the 7 again if he can see the 7. He could just shoot the 7 here and bring the cue ball to like here. But I don't think he can see the 7. And you can't just roll the 2 in because Jason's would have an easy return bank on the 8. Okay, so he gave it to him and made sure to get the cue ball out of there. Now, not the greatest spot to put it because he gave up the 7. But, if Jason shoots the 7 and misses it, then it works out for Dave. He's not going to shoot the 7. He's not going to mess with it. He's just going to remove the 8. So he won that little moving battle. He got his ball and removed Dave's. Good shot. So Dave with a 5-2 ball count, and he's on the hill 2-0. This was Jason's break. Now, if Jason wins this rack and then beats Dave on his break next, it would be hill with Jason's break. And that was Jason's spot in this match, was the opening break, which it doesn't sound like much, but in one pocket it's very big. It's like tennis, holding serve. If both players hold serve and win their breaks, then Jason would win. But Dave did break serve rack 1 by winning Jason's break. He hit this ball pretty good. Might have made it. By his body language, I think he didn't. Oh, he did. Okay. It must have been really close. So that's going to bring the ball count to 6-2. Dave playing for 2. The 8 ball, I didn't think it went, but it must, the way he's looking at it. If it doesn't, he's got the 7. That's what I think he's on. Yeah, 7 ball. But he still needs another one after that. So he'd pocket the 7, and then we'd probably see a bank on the 1. Because the cue ball should probably end up around this area, depending on how hard he hits it. And I don't think there's a scratch he's got to worry about. I think the cue ball is naturally going to come a little deeper, but like more like this. But it's tricky. He's got to be careful. If he misses it on this side and it bounces up, then Jason will have a nice return bank on the 7 next. So he might shoot this with speed. Okay, he missed it, and if it jumps, all right. I don't know if he gave up a bank. because that 7 is really close to the rail. If the cue ball was down here more, or the 7 was up just a little higher, Jason would have had a routine bank. But I think Dave, his pocket speed, protected against it. Yeah, it sure did. All right, so Dave, he's gonna cut this towards the pocket. He'd love to make it, but he's really trying to just hang it. I mean, he'd be very happy if he at least just hangs it. Yeah, it was very tough with the bridge stretching, very tough, real thin cut. But he didn't give up a hanger. You know, he gave up a real thin cut at the 1, a real thin cut at the 7. But lucky for Jason, they're free. He's gonna shoot one or the other. It's just they're free. I don't understand that shot. I really don't. Because even if he knows he can't make the 7, there's shots where you just shoot the ball real close to your hole. Like, say he could have cut the 7 towards his hole and brought the cue ball up table to hide behind those balls. You know, I don't know. I think that was the wrong shot there for him. But so he might have a bank at the 7. That 8 ball is really close in the way. So he's getting rid of that 15, which has been a constant nuisance because it's going to block banks. It's going to block shooting balls down the rail. It doesn't go. So he moved that. He's going to have to run ball. Well, he doesn't have to run balls, but he's going to need 6 more balls. So he's got to make sure they go. You know, he doesn't want to have to play 1 and done, 1 and done, 1 and done to get all 6. He's going to want to run a 3 and a 3, or a 4 and a 2, or a 5 and a 1, or something. But the way the balls are laying, which we talked about earlier, the up table game, it makes it very difficult to run balls. You end up with a bunch of short rail 9-foot banks, and they are not easy. So Dave wisely putting him on the bottom rail. You'll see that commonly in one pocket. Players trying to freeze the opponent on the bottom rail, and sometimes even the top rail as well. Jason, still trying to figure out Jason's game. I'm gonna say that he is not a very aggressive one pocket player. I think he's more of older school, where they play more of a moving game and just try to wait out their opponent to make a mistake. I think Dave has been the more aggressive player so far. Oh, look at this. Look at this. So he got a little jelly roll there. Let's take another look at that. So he banked the 7 ball back, and I think the cue ball hits the 13. Oh, no, what's it hit? The 9. And then it just happens to come back up and freeze, or just about freeze on the cue ball. So Jason's going to play off the 1. He could freeze him to the 15. He could draw back behind the 9. He'll probably just freeze him to the 15. He'd probably draw back. Yeah, well done. Now, if I'm him, well, you just got to survive there. But it would have been great if he could have made the 1 ball as well. Being down 6-2, you want to start pocketing up-table balls, bringing them back down, and creating a new stack. As you start freezing them down, you start creating a new stack. And that's very important if you're losing 6-2. So Dave did the reverse. Well, okay, so he had to make that ball to protect against Jason from shooting the 12 ball, I think it was, on the spot. He didn't want to make that ball and send it down table and put it in play, but it came with an advantage. It blocked the 12 from Jason being able to shoot the 12. So that's why he opted to actually pocket that ball. So Jason kicking at that ball. And he's going to sell out the, maybe a really thin cut on the 8. Yeah, so Dave's got a free look here at the 8. And you want to hit this pocket speed. There's really nothing good to play position on next. So you're just focusing 100% on the 8 ball. You want to hit at pocket speed, so if you miss it, it's really close, lingering to your hole. I mean, if you hang it, you know, it's great. And it looks like you missed it on the high side. Quite a bit. It wasn't easy. It was a tough shot. So Jason would have liked to have hit that harder or more at a steeper angle, because Dave's going to have a free one-rail bank at the 8 now. He's going to one-rail bank it. And there's really no scratch I see in the corner unless something crazy happens. There's no scratch. Dirk Ridley in the chat saying Jason plays with Jimmy DeNegris a lot. He's patient. Yeah, I could definitely see that. Jimmy's old school one pocket player. He comes from the old, slow, like patient generation, not the power one pocket type of game. Wow, look at this party they've got now on this table behind. It's never any fun. Oh, wow. That was unlucky. So Jason's gonna go from 2 to 1. And Dave's got ball in hand, but I don't know if he's got anything to shoot at. So if he's got ball in hand, I expect him to bank the 8. He, put the cue ball like over here, play the one rail bank on the 8 with some inside English. Yeah. I think they were talking about, do you want to play base has to be over the line or full ball? All right, so I expect this to be really close. He's got ball in hand. He can give himself the nice angle. He can take the kiss out of the equation with some inside English and with the nice angle he's got here. Oh, he did not hit that very well. And now Jason could bank the 8 as well. He'll have a free bank. He could use, I would use some right hand inside English here for sure. See, this is where I think Jason plays too patient. I don't see why you don't take the bank on the 8. I mean, it's... Oh, yes. Yes, those people are moving. Thank you. Oh, one time. 'Cause that would have been a headache. Like, there was like 8 people, and they obviously don't know about the etiquette, They're just having a good time. All right, so Jason with a one rail bank on the 15. All right, so that was nice for him that the 8 ball went in, because now that's another ball coming back down in play. creating a new stack. And if I'm Dave, as soon as I get the opportunity, I'm starting to get that stack up table, because, you know, when your opponent needs 6 and 5 of them are right here, you're not protecting your lead as well as you could. So if I'm Jason, I shoot the 7 and the 9, and I make the 9, and I bring another ball down there. I want them all down there if I'm Jason. Bring them all down. He's going to try to freeze them behind it or something. Yeah, there's no value in this. There was no value in that. He wasn't protecting anything. He wasn't trapping them. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. And it might cost him. This would be Dave's 7th ball. And looks like he hit it pretty good. It might be a keeper. Yeah, it's probably going to be a keeper. I'm really surprised Dave didn't hit it hard enough. They're asking if he got a rail. Let me help him out real quick. Cue ball got the rail. Cue ball got the rail. Yep. All right. Yep. They were just they weren't sure if the cue ball got the rail. They were both watching the 7, which did not get a rail. So they just asked me to rewind real quick and see if the cue ball got a rail, which it did. And Jason is using the bathroom real quick, and it's going to be his shot at the table. And he's going to have to do something here. The 7 ball is pretty deep. I don't think it's going to be able to be removed. I'm curious to see, well, I mean, it really depends how this finishes, but if Jason has to give Dave this 7th ball, then obviously it's not looking too good for him. And I'm curious to see what's going to happen if Dave is to end it 3-0 this rack. If maybe they play again, or maybe they play 9 ball or some sort of rotation. Maybe some... I know they had talked a little bit about last pocket 8 ball. They both seem to like moving games. So I believe Jason is headed back to the table right now. I'll be coming into the frame in about 4 or 5 seconds. All right, so Jason is either going to roll up and give him the 7, or he's going to try to take it out. I don't blame him if he tries to take it out, because you really don't want to give the guy the 7th ball, and there's not really much to sell out. Yeah, so it was just too deep. So Dave's on the hill, the double hill. He's got 7 for ball count and 2 for game count. He's double hill. Brent Bummels in the chat. Congratulations, Brent Bummels. Having a child today. Congratulations. It's amazing. Best wishes. Hope everything goes as good as it can. right, so Dave. All right, so now what? Jason. If I'm Jason, I'm thin cutting one rail, banking that ball back, down 7-2. Well, I don't know, maybe not. If I'm Jason, you just roll this ball in, roll the 13 ball in, and get more balls down here because you need all of them, buddy. So you need them all down table. 2, 4, 2, 4, 6, 7. So Dave has 7. He forgot to mark it. I'm gonna mark it for him. So 9 and 6. Oh no. Yeah, wait, 2, 4, 6. No, he doesn't. I marked it by accident. He doesn't have that. Why did I think he had 7? What did I mess up? Yeah, there's only 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. Yeah, okay. I guess, Alright, so Jason, not many options here. He's just going to bank it back out of there. He could play a double bank, but really aggressive. Alright, so now... Dave could just thin the 15, push it this way a little. Play cue ball this way. He could bank the 13. There's not really much to sell out. It's a little aggressive, but... Jason's just going to clear this ball. Kick him from behind. And now, so he did this earlier where he didn't hit it at a steep enough angle or hard enough, one or the other. And Dave just has a free bank back, basically. Yeah, so I think Dave's going to bank this 15. It's basically free. You'll bank the 15 back. And there's really nothing special you have to do with the cue ball. Oh, he did not hit that very good. Yeah, you can't really make the 9 because then you give up a free look at the 13. If you make the 9, you got to get the cue ball out of there. It'd be nice to make the 9 and put another ball in play, but he's stretching and he's got to get the cue ball out of there. So bank the 13. If you bank the 13 into the stack, well, the cue ball though, you gotta not give up that 15 ball is the problem. Alright, so if I'm Dave, now I might start messing with that stack and getting it out of there. Or at least start separating it a little bit. He could kind of shoot the 8. Well, I don't know. That's dangerous if you leave a return. Yeah, he's gonna play off the 13, I guess, and just leave it up table. Yeah, it's not gonna bank from there. Not for Jason, at least. So Jason, play the 13-9 combo. And put more balls down table. I don't know if Dave was gonna try to thin cut the 15 down the rail on you. He's gonna bank and cross it over to his side. But oh no, he's not. Okay. So a little bit of long drawn out end game type of style play going on here. Once that stack gets open, you'll see a lot of different stuff going on. But I don't know, like if I'm Jason, I'm trying to open up the stack, and if I'm Dave, I'm trying to move the stack up table. But neither one has touched it at all. Like right now, Jason, bank the 15 into the stack and open them up. You need, 6. You got to do something. Yeah, that's what he did. Okay, break them open a little bit. Yep. A little risky leaving your cue ball on this side of the table. It'd be nice to hit it harder and have the cue ball come back on the other side of the table. He might have a free shot at the 2-ball. He did. And it's a keeper. Maybe. Looks like a keeper. So Jason, still in good spirits here. Both guys very enjoyable to be around and gamble with, and they're both gentlemen, win or lose. So it looks like he's going to try to dig this one out. Wow. Wow, and he got away with it. Wow. Let's take another look at that one. So he went off the 15 ball, and then like rail first behind the 2, or maybe even right into the 2. Got it out of there, and protected it, and, I mean, he had to give a bank or a kick or something on something, but he gave up a bank on the 8, but, so I wonder if Dave has to bank this into the 2 ball, or if it just goes clean. He aimed for the 2 ball. Now Jason, he's been not very aggressive, but I mean you could bank this one back with some inside English, so your cue ball comes down and darts this way for position next on the I don't know, 12 ball. Yeah, see, he never shoots those shots. He just doesn't like those banks, apparently. So now Dave, he's going to bank. So from what I'm seeing so far is, because of the play styles, Dave's going to be driving the car here most of the time. He's going to be the one putting balls at his hole, and Jason's going to be the one spending his trips at the table removing them. Okay, so they must have this. I don't know. I don't know. What are they doing here? 2, 4, 6, 12. I guess so. Dave appears to have won that rack. So maybe Longo only had 1. Maybe when he scratched they didn't back it up, I guess. But I'm gonna go see what's going on, if there's gonna be some more action, and I will be right back with you guys. All right, guys. So there's gonna be another set. So now they're gonna do. They are gonna play another set, run it back, and you're gonna love this. This is gonna tell you how much gamble these guys got in them. They're just gonna play. Jason goes to 2 games, and Dave goes to 1. A 2-to-1 race, and Dave is going to break first. So it's going to be a 2-to-1 race. It's going to be a race of 2, and Longo starts at 1, and Dave gets the opening break. So scoreboard, now race to 2, and we're going to start Jason Longo at 1, and we are going to remove Dave's 3. So it's 1-0 Longo, race to 2. That's, he got spotted one on the wire. And they did say they're going to take a little 5-10 minute break real quick, a little breather. I'm going to order some food, have a smoke real quick. The stream is just going to run. They keep score. If I'm not back in time from food and they start, have no fear. The score will be right. And the race is correct and everything's good. I'll be back with you guys shortly. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Please like and share if you can. Alright, guys. Have no fear, commentary is here. So, second set. Dave won the first set 3-0. And they adjusted here. And now Jason is going to 1. And Dave is going to 2 games. And Dave got the first break. He had given Jason the first break in the first set. But now he's giving up a game, so he took the break in this set. So Jason's gonna have to give him this one. Just roll it in. So Dave, what's Dave gonna do? It looks like he can see the 3. He might be able to bank the 3 into the stack and just follow forward with the cue ball to about where his finger is. Uh-oh. Alright, so he played the shot, but he lost Whitey. And that's a big killer in all games, but can really hurt you on one pocket, especially. So Dave's gonna go from 1 to 0. And we're back to 0-0. I'm surprised Jason doesn't put like the cue ball here and shoot the 3. Bring his cue ball down here. Or maybe a 2-8 combo next. Yeah, I don't know. Dave might have a back cut at this one here. It comes with some risk because the cue ball's flying this way, pushing balls towards Jason's pocket, but if he goes into the 9, he might end up with this ball next, depending on where the cue ball lands. It does look like it's very thin, but makeable. Oh boy. Hung both of them. So now Jason with a big opportunity. And remember, folks, he's only going to 1. If I was him, I'd start with the 2-8-9 combo, probably. And then you could use low right and probably draw back behind the 13 ball. I mean, he can play the 9, but you're not guaranteed to get a good look next. That 2-8-9 combo, 3-ball combo lays pretty good. Let's see what he's going to do. He's going to pocket the 9. He might be trying to have the cue ball come back in between these. Even if you hit the top ball, it's okay. Like, if you'd hit that harder and it runs into this ball, the cue ball naturally squirts like that way. I like the shot, but a little firmer would have been nice. So now he might have to just roll up and give up the 1, but I don't think he can see it. I don't think he can pocket the 8. I think the 2 ball's cutting that off. He could play the 2-8 combo, but it's not easy. And he's jacked up over the stack. But he's kind of trapped up here. He could draw off this ball with the cue ball and pocket the 1. He might be spinning rail first, but you could lose Whitey doing this. It's easy for the cue ball to squirt out of there. Wow, what happened there? He got a ton of masse. and it was so much that it actually went through the cue ball, and then the spin spun it in. Wow. That was no good for Jason. All right, so ball count still at 0-0. Oh no, Jason should owe one now. Did he make a ball first? Yeah, he made the ball hanging. That's right. Went to 1. Now he scratched 0. So back to 0-0. Both players made a ball and have scratched. So now Dave's going to shoot the 3 ball. He's going to start with the 3. And then he's going to have the 7 ball next. And he's going to have to manufacture something after that. Perhaps the cue ball hits the 15 and pushes the 12 towards the hole for his 3rd ball. He'd love for these balls to be wired. He'd shoot the 14 into them now and smash them all open with the cue ball. But I don't think it'll go. I don't think it's dead. I don't know though. He's kind of looked like he was aiming at the 14. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like he's looking at it. Oh no, he's shooting the 7, I believe. So maybe the 3 does not pass. Alright guys, I just got some food delivered. I'm going to try to do my best to eat and commentate and not sound all mumbled up. But I haven't eaten all day. Wasn't anticipating a second set. And the kitchen was closing, so I had to get the order in. So bear with me. I will do my best. So Dave, thinning the stack, leaving them up table. So Jason was shooting a 3-railer there. He intended for it to go like this, but hit it a little short and into the hole. So if you're just joining in, this is the second set. They played a race of 3 the first set. Jason was spotted the opening break. Dave won 3-0. And now they're playing a second set. And it's a 2-1 race. Jason started at 1 in a race of 2. And Dave broke first. We had some local pool going on today. We had the Joss Tour at Yale Billiards. It was a 2-day event, and that finished up today. We had our local Connecticut star, Lucas Verkasa-Werner. He beat Moritz Neuhausen, professional from Germany. He beat him 9-7 for the hot seat. But Moritz got revenge in the finals, beating Lucas 9-7 in the first set, and then 7-2... I believe 2 or 7-3 in the second set to win the tournament. So congratulations to Moritz Neuhausen. And Lucas has been playing amazing lately. He beat Mickey Krause the other night here. And he beat Guama the other night at Yale. And looking forward to seeing what he does at the Expo. I'm going to be there hanging out with him, spending some time with him, hopefully making some money with him. And hopefully streaming it for you guys that cannot make the Expo. I'm going to do my best to bring you as much content, streaming content from the Expo as I can, but it is a lot of work and there's really no money behind it, so I'll do my best, but if the more donations I get, the more I'll stream, basically. I mean, I'm not trying to get rich here, but you know, if I'm spending 10 hours live streaming while I'm at the Expo, it'd be nice to make like $50 or something. Just to be honest with you guys. I'd like to stream some of our Connecticut locals playing in the Amateur Open. That would be cool. I think a lot of guys would like to see that. And it could potentially help get me some new followers from watching whoever the opponent is. But we'll see. I'm going to do my best. Bring in some action. If there's some good action in the action room, or if Lucas gets in a big set, I'd love to set up and bring you guys that. Watch out for a foul here. Yeah, he fouled. That was clearly a foul. He clearly double hit the cue ball. But I don't see him spotting a ball. So Dave's gonna regret that one if he loses this. So sorry guys, if you're just joining in, I'm eating. First time I ate today, had to order food before the kitchen closed. Trying to give you guys as much commentary as I can while I eat without being all garbled up with food in my mouth, trying to talk, so just bear with me, please. Crystal Atkinson in the chat. Hi, Crystal. How are you? Thanks for tuning in. Nice seeing you the other night when I stopped at Yale. So Dave's got to look at the two ball here. Looks pretty straight though. If he's worried about missing it and selling out the 11, he can just use some follow and come to like here, or even way down here, just to protect against the 11. So he's going to shoot the 8 first, which I like. I like that. Because he can protect against the 11 as well. He can bring the cue ball out to like here. Would be great. If he really wants to, he could shoot the 8 and try to bring the cue ball like here, like in this general area, and then maybe even having a shot at that ball next. That's probably what I like. It's hard to tell if he can cut it that thin and hold the cue ball where I drew it up though. Don't know if it's possible. Oh, not a bad attempt, but Did a pretty good job protecting the 11 as well, or protecting from selling out the 11. That sounds like sounds like a nice day, Crystal. All right, so Dave, tying up the ball count 4-4, left himself positioned for a bank on the 11. Bank the 11 back. Maybe use some left-hand English on the cue ball. Try to dart it up table for the 2 ball next. Shot. Lost Whitey a little bit, but he could bank it or he could back cut it. He's going to back cut it. Cue ball might go into the stack. Oh boy. He left a bank. No good. Don't want to miss it on that side. Don't want to leave it up where it can be returned for a bank. So now Jason with a very similar shot. Bank the 2 ball back with some right hand English and have the cue ball dart up table for that 12 ball next. Watch that corner. Oh, he's all right. Good shot. And now he's got a good, same as Dave. He's got a back cut. Not really much to do with the cue ball here. Might have to guard against a scratch in the side. That might be the biggest problem of this shot. Hit it good. So have the legs though. Does not have the legs. So I think he was trying to fall short of the side. I think his tangent line was headed straight for the side. So he tried to fall short of the side, but that caused the object ball to not get to the pocket or a rail. And now Dave, you know what? Really big mistake. Because now Dave appears to have, excuse me, a 1 rail bank with maybe inside English. The only thing you got to worry about is the cue ball. Scratching, it looks like it might be on. He might have to use a little low left. The left makes this ball dive down, and the draws it outside of the scratch, but it makes the kiss bigger. He might be able to just go, yeah, he can just go right at it. He didn't need draw. Hit it good. Keeping up. Good shot. So now I believe that's for a 6-4 ball count in Dave's favor. Alright, so this is where Jason's had these banks a lot, but he never shoots them. He banks it up this way, usually, or he'll bank it this way. Oh, he went in on the bank. He finally swung at the bank. Oh, he missed it. I don't think Dave can see the 2-ball. He might be able to jack up with a bunch of slow right-hand English and masse and try to spin the ball in, but he might even double bank it. Oh boy. That is a big mistake. Now remember, folks, Jason only needs to win one game. They're playing a 2-to-1 race. Which, I'm surprised Dave let Jason go to 1 in the set. Because Dave just won 3 racks in a row. Now he's got to win 2 more in a row. Hard to win 5 racks in a row, one player. But Dave is very fair when he gambles, so he'll always adjust, and he's very fair. And Jason tried kicking at the stack. Got no rail. And Dave's got a back cut at the 5. And you know what? The cue ball is going to run into the 9. And it's going to push the 6 ball probably here, and it might bounce up table. But, and he's got the 1 that goes, the 2 that goes. If he makes this 5, he should definitely have a look at something, I would think. And he's playing for 2. I think one of the players went to the bathroom. We'll be right back with you. All right, players back. So Dave is going to look the back cut this 5 ball. He's playing for 2. Back at the 5. You know, they have the score wrong again. They have 10 balls down with 6 on the table. So I'm pretty sure Longo scratched and didn't correct it. I think the true ball count is 6-3. We'll see after Dave makes his ball, but I'm pretty sure that's exactly what's going on here. Jason scratched twice in the past couple shots, so probably just that. I'm going to switch to this other screen real quick, so I might get the peek at the balls on the rail for the ball. Hold on. I thought I might be able to see the rail where the balls sit, so I could have seen if Jason's side had 3 or 4, but I'm pretty sure they forgot to remove the scratch and it's 6-3. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I was just checking with them. Verify the ball count. It was 6-3. They just forgot to reduce Jason's scratch. Josh, this is why One Pocket's no fun to watch. Takes so long for a couple games to be played, in my opinion. I love the speed, but it's better to show 9-ball matches. Yeah, 9-ball definitely appeals to the masses more. It gets more views. More people play it. There's more tournaments, leagues. I totally get it. I'm a huge fan of One Pocket. It's my favorite game. And I really want to provide a bunch of different content. You know, I run tournaments, so sometimes you guys will get some tournament content. We do action matches. Sometimes you'll get some action matches. We even recently had Moritz Newhausen come play Alex Basha exhibition match. There was a little bit of money bet on that, but more of exhibition match rather than a big action match. Excuse me, action match. But I just want to give people as much different content as I can. You know, for the guys that don't enjoy watching One Pocket, I get it. You know, it's totally different type of game, and it's definitely slow. But you know, worst case scenario, it's just they don't watch, you know. But I hear you, brother. I know what you mean. It's 9-ball is definitely, you know, the game that people want to watch more. Well, Dave hit that very well. I thought he overcut it. But he made it. He hit it very well. So Dave playing for 1. He's either going rail first on the 5, or he's playing the 6-5 combo. I would think he's playing the 6-5 combo. Oh, he did have the rail first, and he made a great shot. So, just like that, hill. And now Jason's break. So Jason to break. And hit him a little goofy. Let me see if I caught the replay. I think he barely touched. Oh, that looked like all second ball. That was like a second and third ball break, it looked like. I can barely hear him through the door, but they're storytelling about... Jason's telling him about some situation in some match he played. All right, so Dave has options. He can go after the 5. He could maybe bank the 6 into the 10 and roll forward with the cue ball for protection. Maybe even the 2. Similar shot with the 2. Yeah, I think... I don't... Okay, so he's going to cut the 5. And I don't know what his cue ball is going to do here. Excuse me. Oh, Chad, I got the hiccups now. Oh, that's not good. Oh. All right, so hill, second set. Jason broke these balls. One corner ball leaked out. Dave made it. Now here we are. Let's see how this went wrong here. No clue what the heck was going on there, but that was not what he intended. Jason looks like he's trying to bank this one with low left. Or just low. And it's okay. So we got 1-1 ball count. Dave playing a 2-railer. And it hit some traffic, but he got away with it. Jason may have... I was going to say he may have a bank of the 3 back, but no good. He could maybe shoot the 10, and that's not the 10 either. That's the 14, but he's gonna shoot the 10 and try to get the cue ball down here, I guess. I don't know. He's jacking up at this ball. What is he doing? Oh, he just went through the gap. Oh, good shot. Pushed one over, went through the gap. Got protection. It was a good shot. All right. So both players just rearranging the balls, trying to get them on their side and not give anything up. The rack is still highly congested. Not many balls go. I'd say Jason has more balls on his side of the pocket, but they kind of favor Dave's side more because the 8 goes, the 4 goes. Jason's cluster right here is next to worthless for now, at least, because none of them go. All he's really got is a 15. Maybe the 4 goes to his hole. So Dave looks like he's going to cross the 10. Oh, he's kicking at the 15. And it doesn't appear that that's wired. But he might be able to shoot this ball. Nope. He's going to kick at the 15. Oh, not frozen, so he's going to soft kick. He's not talking about it being frozen. That means he's probably going to softly kick into it. All right, so Dave, I don't like the bank here. Just don't like it. Maybe the bank on the 8, but cue ball's tricky. You'd love to slide the cue ball through the 410, or I don't know. He could bring the cue ball up table. Bank the 8, bring the cue ball up table. Yeah, because like I said earlier, these are next to useless right now. Jason could shoot the 9 into him and scatter him and break them all open and try to send the cue ball this way, you know, like anywhere in here. He's got to do something with these soon because they just bring 0 value right now. Maybe the 11 goes if you have like ball in hand, top left or something. But... all right, so, oh, you know what? That looks pretty dead. It's really close. It might be going to the bottom rail. He's looking at it. I think it's dead. It's really close. It's favoring this side a little bit. You know, like that side. A little bit, I think. But it looks pretty good. So Dave's going to bank the 10 for sure. And probably just run into this 4 with the cue ball. Just stay right there. Hit us, you know, like a medium speed. Use some low left. Just like that. And just missed it. All right, so Jason's got a bank on the 4. Use some low left, try to kill the cue ball as much as you can. He might have been trying to bank it into these, which I think would have been a very good decision. And especially if the 3-8 wasn't dead. If it was dead, could still have shot the same shot, I guess. Dave might have just a 1-railer on the 15. He's just got to worry about the cue ball. He could just go forward with the cue ball. Or he could use some stun over. Looks like the angle's going to the right. It was. Alright, so... I don't know if this ball goes. I think it does. And if this 3-8 was dead, he'd be shooting it now. He would be shooting the 9 into everything, and it's hard. But it must not be dead because he's looking at the 4. Now he's looking at the 9. Maybe it is dead. What? Did he forget what pocket he is? What the heck just happened? Let me see. Take another look at this. What was he doing here? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Well, you know what, though? It looks like he got away with it. That could have been disastrous. Dave could play the 7-1 bank combo, which is protect the cue ball. That 3-8 must have been dead. For Dave to break that up, I think that 3-8 was probably dead. So, can he see the 6? No. Can he? Oh, he's soft kicked by the 14. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Dave got the best of it, it looks like, though. It looks like the 10-14 goes, but the 10-9 does not go to Jason's pocket, so... Dave might have half of a dead one, deadish one down there. So, like, this is where Jason just doesn't step on the gas. he could bank the one back. Because none of these balls, these are doubled up. These are doubled up. These are all congested. I mean, the only ball you have to protect against is maybe the 7. I mean, he could easily bank this with right-hand English and kill the cue ball in this general area way up here. But I think he plays a little too passive here. Because Dave has been dictating the games. We're seeing mostly Dave bank balls towards his hole, and Jason is spending most of his innings at the table removing them. When he has an opportunity to put pressure on Dave and put balls in play, I think he needs to be a little bit more aggressive. Because the way it's been going, Dave's the one dictating everything. You know, like how the game's going to play out. For the most part, at least. So let's see what he does here. There's a lot of traffic, and so he was playing him into the 3-ball combo, try to shove that 14 closer to the hole or even make it. All right, so Jason, he was trying to really rearrange the furniture there, and something didn't go according to plan. Because a ball went in Dave's pocket, and he also has a shot, and the balls are open too. So he needs 6. Here's 1, here's 2, here's 3, here's 4, and then here, and here are 3 more balls. So there's 7 in play, and he's playing for 6. Even the 2, 3, 8 all go to his hole. Just hard to get over there. So we'll see. Alright, so doesn't want to be on the rail or straight. Just got off the rail, but a little straight. He might be able to draw back for a thin cut on the 7. Yeah, this is not ideal. He got goofy here. Let's see what he's gonna do. He just rolled it in. And that's to either bank the 7 into the 9 or play off the 12. Looks like he's... Yeah, I was wondering. I knew that kind of... Interesting. Alright, so Dave with a 3-1 ball count lead. This is Hill, second set. Or, I'm sorry, 4-1. Is that right? It's 5. Yeah, 4-1. Alright, so slowly turning into an... So now Dave with a 4-1 lead. He wants to turn it into an up-table game, which is smart. He wants to just push balls up-table. And if you're Jason, you want to keep them down-table. If they start getting up by the corners, you want to start making them. So similar to last rack, you make them, they start spotting, you create a new stack. If you're down, that's what you want to do. So they push it up table, go to the bottom rail. Good speed. Not much for Jason really here. That one ball is blocking a ton of banks. He's just doing something off the 7. Oh, the 11. I think he was trying to thin it and just bring the cue ball back down table, and not exactly how he drew it up, but worked out. So Dave's got a bank on the 7. 15 might be blocking it. It's close. I think it gets around the 15, but the cue ball is headed to that, scratching in the left corner. Now he's looking at shooting the 2-3 combo bank. I like that because nothing bad can really happen, and you're not going to really give up much if you miss. Yeah, I think that's the shot there. The 2-3 combo bank. I don't see anything wrong with that. He didn't like it. He ducked. And when you have a lead, like 4-1 ball count, like Dave does, you know, you don't want to do anything crazy. You don't want to let your opponent back in easily. You got to make them earn it. Well, Jason's probably just going to go go off the 3 and bring the cue ball bottom rail. Dave might have a bank on the 2 ball. I don't know. It's very close. Not much. Oh, okay. He just rolled up. Must not have the right angle to bank the 2. Jason could bank the 15, some low right. But we don't see him be very aggressive. He doesn't shoot many aggressive shots there, and I don't think that's good for him for the playing style of how it's clashing against Dave. Dave's not just gonna make a million mistakes and just leave you easy balls. You know, you're gonna have to earn them. So Jason's probably just going to bank this up table, try to draw the cue ball back down to the bottom rail. Basically the same thing except for no cue ball, that bottom rail. So now Dave, he's feeling froggy, he could bank the 2. You might pocket a ball in the top right corner that's going to come down on the spot, but it's really no big deal. Dave has some interesting measuring systems that I don't know about, but he's getting into one of them right now. I mean, the only ball he's really got to give up, so he don't like it. He's gonna duck bottom rail. We got an up table game now. Jason better start focusing on pocketing balls and spotting them and creating a new stack. He's kicking at the 2-ball here. I don't know. Yeah, I thought that was insane to kick at the 2, so that's not what he was doing, but he made a mistake now because Dave, not only can Dave shoot at the 15, he can use some low right or maybe even stun through it and try to get back or behind the 7. Or you know what? That's maybe lays a little tougher. You could pocket the 15 and just have your cue ball come out in this area and then bank the 7 next. Nothing wrong with that. It's even better. It's easier to make the object ball. Yep, just like that. So that brings us to a 5-1 ball count, and Dave's got a free look here. He's looking at making sure he doesn't sell out anything. I mean, he just doesn't want to leave the cue ball in here and leave a straight-in shot at the 8, really. I mean, if he goes into the 9 or 10 or 2 or something, you know, you never know what's going to happen, but... Look at that. So he took care of the cue ball great. Protected the 7. He would have liked his speed on the 7 to been a little better, because Jason can go anywhere down table. It's not hard to get out of this. You can just go off the 10, go down table. He's got options. Dave's probably going to bank the 2. I think it clears the 10. Looks pretty good. He could use some high right on this too. Try to bring the cue ball back and around behind the 9. I mean, you're playing all 2-ball, but if you freeze them behind the 9, it's a big, big bonus. I hit it good. Hit it great. Had a great shot. So that's going to move Dave up to a 6-1 lead. And he's going to have a look at the 7 or the 10. So you just shoot the 7. Try to smooth it in and have your cue ball come out. And then you have a bank at the 10 next. Overcut it. But it might be a keeper. Nah, I don't know. This one I think Jason might be able to dig out with a bunch of left-hand English. You go rail first and into the ball. Sometimes it double kisses in, sometimes it double kisses and jumps out, sometimes it just comes out. Yep, nice shot. And that's big for Jason to get rid of that ball, because that would have been Dave's 7th and hill ball. So you never want to let the guy get a 7th ball if you can prevent it. But Dave's got to have a good look at the bank on the 10 ball here. And there's not really much he's got to worry about. Pretty much just focusing on all 10 ball here. Oh, I didn't even see that 7. The 7 came over and looks like it, wait, it's pretty tough for Jason there. That's, I mean, he can get out of it. It's just, you know, if that 7's not there, Jason's got a great bank on the 10. But now he's just, you know, playing defense. Oh, wow. He took a swing at back cutting it. A little weak. And unfortunately, he gave up a very good looking bank. And if Dave makes it, he's going to have shape on the 10 next. He needs 2. So you bank the 7 for 1. Then your cue ball hits the rail, comes out, and then 10 ball, game over. So this is a big shot here. Basically for the win. And he didn't make it, but this one looks like a keeper. Yeah, this is really tough for Jason here. Really tough. You know, it's you really don't want to just roll in and give the guy his 7th ball. But I mean, what are you supposed to do? I mean, if he really wanted to just be crazy, he could try to thin cut the 10 over and have the cue ball make the 7 and run out of there, but that's no, you just got to give it to him. There's nothing you could do. All right, so Dave with a 7-1 ball count. He needs 1 and Jason needs them all. And this whole wedge up here is bad for Jason, you know? Even the 8 ball there. Well, the 8 ball's okay, it goes, but so Dave is giving up a free bank. Hit a little fat. Just missed it. Dave's got, yeah, he had a potential 3-railer, but it didn't lay very good. He's just going to bank it up table. Jason needs to go into the cluster and start making balls. He can make the 3-ball first, then start making the other balls. Yeah, see, you're not accomplishing anything with that shot. You're just giving Dave a free bank now for the win. Dave put some inside on that. There must have been a little kiss in play, and he had it pretty poorly. And Jason's got a good 1-rail bank on the 3 here. Just focus on nothing but the 3-ball. There's no reward behind it. And he missed it, but I don't think he gave up a bank. Dave needing 1 might try to kick at it, but if he does, it's only because he needs 1. Maybe it banks. No, it doesn't know he's kicking. Oh, he didn't even. I don't even think he kicked to make it. I think he just kicked all safe. Based on the speed. If he kicked to make it, he would have tried to lag the 3 to the hole, so that if he missed it, he could try to get a hanger. So I think that would have been another good opportunity for Jason to try to do something up table with the cluster. I mean, he needs all of them. So you got to open up that cluster. You got to in the top right. You got to start making balls. You got to do something. Dave is never gonna touch those balls. He'll play with nothing but the 3 and the 8, or whatever he wants here until you make them, and until you put those other balls in play. He's just gonna touch the 3 and roll up on the 8 or something. What's he doing? Oh, he banked the 3. Pretty good effort. And here's a bank with a potential kiss. Jason has passed up a lot of these banks. And he still can. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know. I think he's got to go in on those banks. Especially being down 7-1. Well, that was a mistake. Jason's going to have a, I think that's a 10 ball or the 14. He's going to have a look at that. He went straight into his hole. Oh boy. So 10 hit the 8. And Dave's going to have a look at this 10 ball for the win. Dave for the win. Oh. A little bit outside. Well, Jason's got to look at the 8 here. Not too much after it, though. Play the 8, and then you can bank the 3 ball next. Oh, Dave's just going to dig this one out. All right, Jason, roll into the 11, pocket the 11, and leave the cue ball wedged up there. Oh. And Dave's going to have a bank at the 8. Jelly Cello, thanks for liking the stream. Appreciate you. Oh, he kicked at it. He made it. Oh, that was close. That was a good effort. Hit that pretty good for kicking at it. Dave probably gonna bank at the 3-ball here. Looks pretty free. 8-ball might be in the way. It's real close. Daryl, thanks for liking the stream. What is Dave doing here? Kicking out the 10? Keith Desso, thanks for liking the stream. What is Dave doing? He's just thinning the 10? Oh, we had the bank? What? Kind of confused. I don't know about that shot. I don't know. Maybe he just hit it real poorly. I don't know. Jason's got a shot at the 10, but it comes with high risk. If he misses it, he sells out the 8. So he's not going to mess around with it. He's just going to remove the 8-ball, double bank it. Uh-oh. Oh, that might have helped him. That took away the bank on the on the 10. Dave might bank the 8. I doubt it, but he might. Yeah, he's just going to leave the cue ball bottom rail. Jason looks like he's going to bank the 3-ball. I got a double kiss. Now Dave's going to have a bank at the 10 for the set. Looks like it lays pretty good. Tarek, thanks for liking the stream. Appreciate you. Yeah, this 10-ball looks pretty good. Play all pocket speed. You want to keep it close. I missed it. I think a player went to the bathroom real quick. You're welcome, Dirk. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, just a quick bathroom break, guys. We'll be right here back with you in 2 seconds. All right, so I think the players are back at the table. At least one of them is. All right, here we go. Jason's back. And he finds himself trailing 7-1. And he's in trouble here. Hill. And he's got to look at the 3. But he's, as we've been seeing his play so far, he doesn't like to be aggressive. He's more of a passive player. He could 2-rail it. Some low right. And Dave will probably 2-rail the 3-ball. It's just about free with the 10-ball being down there. All right, so now Jason will bank back to 3-ball. This ball's pretty free. He got the same double kiss as last time. It happened to him, almost the exact same shot. Not sure what Dave's looking at. I don't think this ball banks. I think everything there's in the way. He might have a 3-railer on the 10. I don't know. 3-railer on the 8, 1-railer. Yeah, 3-railer on the 10. So Jason's going to have to start pocketing balls in that stack in the top right. He needs them all. And Dave's never going to move those balls. He's just going to play with the 8 and the 3. He's got a 1-rail bank here for the win. And a little weak. Little weak. So he's probably going to kick behind this ball, clear it out, and then... Yeah, he left a bank on the 3 that the 8-ball may or may not be blocking. Maybe a 3-railer on the 8. Maybe the 3-ball's blocking. A 1-railer on their 8 that's super thin and tough. Yeah, Dave's just going to bank the 3-ball back there. Jason's going to have to get rid of the 3-ball. He's kicking at it. And he whiffed. And is Dave going to be able to shoot? I don't know if he even gave up a shot. That 8-3 might be doubled up. And the spot shot's a little steep of a back cut, but it's pretty much free as long as there's no scratch in play. Which I think is thin enough that there's no scratch. And if he misses this, he might get protection behind the 8 or the 3. Oh, he made it. And Dave Sheehan takes it down. Both sets he wins 3-0 and 2-1. So that's going to be it for the night, guys. And I'd like to thank you all for tuning in. I will see a lot of you at the expo. I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm going to do my best to bring you some live streaming. So thanks, guys, for tuning in. Congratulations to Dave Sheehan. I'll catch you guys next time.
For many times I was laughed at and not believed in, but it was still a kid with a dream and a belief in himself.
I feel I still have room to improve. I still set goals for myself to strive for. I'm never complacent with what I've achieved.
We have money, we have everything, we have fame. But the most important thing is the family. Keep your family healthy, good, and take care of your family, because this is the most important thing in the world.
Failing to prepare was preparing to fail. The night before a game, I ate the same food. I went to bed at the same time. I got up, I ate the same breakfast. Some people call it superstition, but it's a routine.
I went on the courts with just a ball and a racket and a hope.
Because you might be actually not feeling great physically or mentally, you're drained, but the confidence somehow gets you through. And when you don't have confidence, that's then when you have to sort of trust all the hard work you've done, and you have to keep on working hard so success comes back.
I make mistakes, but I strive every day to be a perfectionist.
Set yourself a definite goal and work hard toward that goal, and don't let anything or anyone stop you in the process, no matter what it is.
I didn't really care about the standings or, the perception of my style or whatever, as long as I could keep learning these new tricks. And so as I was successful in competition and winning a lot of the events, my job was just keep getting better.
All of you, I know you got him. I know you got him picked, but the man's in trouble. I'm going to show you how great I am.
People perform better when there's no safety net. People perform better in sports and everything else if you don't have a plan B.
We were down 1-0, and if you walked into our locker room at halftime, you thought we were up 3-0.
Nothing external can defeat the internal. The only thing that can take someone down or break you down is internal. Nothing external is strong enough.
You just never give up, because you never know what can happen. You never know who you can inspire and who you can influence.
I'm not going to go out and say I'm the greatest this or that. I was a kid with a dream. That's it.
You have to fail in order to climb that ladder.
You are fighting the greatest fight of all times.
And I fought because I knew it was not doomed to be a losing fight. It couldn't be a losing fight.
As long as you believe in what you're doing and you're doing things you love to do, then you can go out there and be the best at it. And that's, that should give you a lot of enjoyment, fulfillment in your life.
Always keep an open mind that there's something out there for each and every one of you. And it's up to you to go out there and find your niche.
You learn just to stick with it. I mean, there's lots of days where you don't really feel like doing it, or you don't feel like grinding it out, and you got to do it. Those are the highs and lows of being an athlete, and if you want to feel those highs, you got to go through those lows every now and then.
This time when you run and you just want to stop, you just want to give up, like to hell with this, I just want to go home. This day when you get up and you know what, you have a training today, you know it's going to be intense, and you're like, oh God, I don't want to go today, but you got to go.
When you play sports and you're committed to something, the commitment, the responsibility of showing up to practice on time, to being there for your teammates, to listening to your coaches, it's a responsibility that you have when you're playing with a group, that you have to hold your end of the bargain.
When you have to make a putt, you make a putt. You have to hit the shot, you hit the shot. You just sort of like drop into another zone, and you block out everything.
Sometimes the will can outdo the skill, and sometimes a fella's will is stronger than the man who's who's actually better physically, and the determination and weakens the other man just to see him so determined.
I still feel I have a lot to prove, not just as a player, but as a person, as a father. When I get to a point where I feel I can improve as a player, I walk away from the game.
I am the greatest. Hard f***ing work. You put it in, you believe in it, you will succeed.
Everything was done to try to learn how to become a better basketball player. Everything. And so when you have that point of view, then literally the world becomes your library to help you become better at your craft.
Some of the best athletes, or the greatest athletes in the world, do things when they're uncomfortable.
You just have to stay calm because it's not finished to the last point, no matter how close you get. I've been working so hard all my life to be here, and I was determined to get this.
You gotta start from way down the bottom. You gotta let it grow up with you. And if you're successful and you try hard enough, you're bound to come out on top. Just like these boys have come to the top now.
Mentally, we have a vision, we have a finish that we have to attain, you know, and sometimes you have to do it when you're old and you're tired, you know, and I think it's the test of your will to succeed.